I would certainly be in favor of allowing states to use the bankruptcy route.
Okay, tonight I will deliver something different for my final Following Mitch's Money. My first installment happened way back in April 2020. A lot of water under the bridge since then. If you have not heard, we are changing our name from the Mitch McConnell Retirement Committee to Progress Kentucky. As MMRC, we worked extremely hard to ditch Mitch. We certainly appreciate all of those who helped us in this effort. Ultimately, collectively, we failed in our effort, but fortunately, the good people of Georgia elected Democrats Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock to the U.S. Senate. Our Mitch will be delegated to being in the minority. I may periodically discuss Mitch's money, but my focus will be more about issues related to Progress Kentucky. I need to come up with something to replace FMM. I'm thinking PIN, Progressive Issues Now. But first, some parting shots at Mitch. His family income is going to change. On January 7th, his wife resigned as the head of the U.S. Transportation Cabinet. Was this due to the riots, or did she just not want to deal with having to vote on the 25th Amendment issue? She was making over $190,000 a year, as was Mitch. I think his salary will drop a little bit. He finally tried to distance himself from President Trump, but in my opinion, too little, too late. His failure to support the impeachment or removal of Trump will forever be a part of his legacy. He remained silent as President Trump tore down our country and only became concerned after the rioting in our capital. He wants the judicial appointments to be his legacy, but I believe history will reflect a different story. To deflect the current crisis, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell gave a speech on the Senate floor this past Wednesday, excoriating President Donald Trump and his congressional allies' plans to overthrow or to throw out the results of the 2020 election. This is a quote: "Nothing before us proves illegality of the massive scale that would have tipped the entire election, nor can public doubt alone justify a radical break when the doubt was incited without any evidence." Certainly, I think we can all agree with him on this statement, but after making that statement, he just had to blame the Democrats for their past behaviors. Did most of us learn that the "he did it first" does not work even when you're a child living at home? His speech continued. This election was not unusually close. The Electoral College margin was almost identical to what it was in 2016. If this election were overturned by the losing side, our democracy would enter a death spiral. Again, I think any semi-intelligent person would agree with this assessment. That is why we keep score in sports and in most other endeavors. There is a winner and there is a loser. Also, there are sore losers. Trump has not conceded his election, and I do not believe Raphael Warnock's opponent, David Perdue, in the Georgia race has congratulated the winner. There is no question that Mitch will have much less power, but going forward, there are things that we can do to help America. That includes working to vote out our Senator Rand Paul in 2022. We can vote out Andy Barr upon his next reelection. Given the fracture of the Republican Party, I believe this is a worthy goal, and perhaps many other states will follow suit and retire other politicians such as Ted Cruz or Josh Hawley. Like many others, I watched the horror that happened at the Capitol. Like many others, I shouted at the TV, my emotions ranging from anger to sorrow to almost crying. This was and continues to be a sad time for our democracy. We must move forward. Progress Kentucky will help us to do this. I am energized. We are energized. Be energized with us.